Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, and just going to update you on the Jayme Closs story that's developed overnight. I think everybody knows she was found alive. There's a suspect in custody. There's a press conference that's due in 50 minutes for the sheriff of the Barron County Sheriff's Department. Will be giving a press conference. We don't know if we're going to be told the identity of the suspect. There's just a little bit of information. I think he's in his 20s. I believe I read that. Or somebody maybe said that in the comments. Apparently, she ran up to a woman walking her dog in Gordon, Wisconsin. Okay, Gordon is up here. And this is Barron down here, which is because it was the Douglas County Sheriff's, Douglas County, I thought last night, that assisted in arresting the suspect. That's got me a little bit thrown off. It's about 70 miles. I believe that's it, man. But Gordon, no, there it is, right there. That's a different Gordon. I apologize. I'm not going to start over this video. It's right there. That's the wrong Gordon. It's up here, and it's so Gordon in Douglas County, which is immediately north up 53, straight up 53, about 70 miles from where she lives in Barron County. She went missing on October 15th that night. There was a 911 call placed. A commotion is heard in the background. Both of her parents were killed. I'm not kind of reviewing that either. I'm just telling you everything that I learned, this morning and so forth, watching the news and reading a little bit about it. So, she runs up to a woman who's walking her dog, says, "I'm Jayme Closs." The woman immediately recognizes her and goes to the closest house by and goes right up to the front door and pounds on the front door and says, "This is Jayme Closs." A couple live there, a husband and wife who've been identified. I forget their names, and it's not necessary to know that. I think the woman who was walking the dog didn't identify herself. She didn't want to be identified, but I know the husband and wife who they went up to their house. The husband just spoke on the phone with Fox, and he described the situation that, they pretty much immediately recognized that it was Jayme Closs. They called 911, and they actually had her put her on the phone with the authorities. She gave the authorities the individual's name and the make of the vehicle that he was in. We don't know how she managed to sort of escape from him or any of that. We just don't know. But she did give the name to the authorities, and I think it was that. It was literally that name and the make of the vehicle. The arrest followed that tip. The tip came from herself. So according to this individual, the husband and wife, the house where they went to, they didn't know the dude personally, but they knew of him. They knew him. They don't know, they're not friends with him or anything like that. They don't know him like in any kind of way, but they knew the person. So, because everybody, a lot of these towns are small in these rural parts of Wisconsin and all over the country. So, I'm sort of ad-libbing there, but I'm pretty sure I have that right. They said she was thin. I think I saw it reported that she was in shoes that were too big for her. The individual that was speaking to Fox said that she looked like she hadn't bathed and hadn't been taken care of. I think they had a brand new puppy. They brought the puppy out to sort of comfort her and let her play with it. And she actually was supposedly happy playing with the puppy. She went to the hospital. She spent the night in the hospital, overnight in the hospital. I think her aunt talked to reporters. I think she was doing physically fine, but we don't know a lot of the details of that, And the Fox reporter, I forget her name, the woman who's on with Bill Hemmer, asked this man of the husband and wife of the house they went to, could you draw any conclusions from just observing her? Did she know her abductor or anything like that? And he said he said she did not, even though she was able to identify his name because she's been with him for 3 months to the authorities in the 911 call. She did not know her abductor before she was kidnapped, and that was that's what he said. She did not know this man. Then they actually brought on some kind of FBI specialist who was basically going over stranger abductions, which apparently are extremely rare. Because normally when there's an abduction, they're done by somebody that somebody in the community, somebody that has a relationship or is somewhat related to, just even through an acquaintance, is just in the area and is observing the person and stuff like that. But very rarely isn't it a stranger abduction. I think he said 100 happen a year. And actually, he was also saying that those are the very most difficult for law enforcement to basically solve, because there's just no connection. And it's just, and I think my presumption is that they many times go unsolved. But this one didn't. It's like an absolute miracle. So that is the story there. They're giving an update at a press conference in 45 minutes. I would have to think that they're going to identify this individual. And they'll probably have a photo of some kind. I would think he's in his 20s. I think I saw a report, if I didn't mention that. And like I said, this couple, this husband and wife, who they ran up to their door, they knew of this person. They actually knew the person. They weren't like, they didn't have any kind of relationship or friends with him or anything like that. They just knew who he was. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And that is the story there, man. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I will see you in the next video. Later, man.